that other than trying to help people who are in a state of invasion. Welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show. My name is Jim Hacking. I'm an immigration lawyer practicing law throughout the United States at our offices in St. Louis, San Diego, and Washington, D.C. Holy cow. Pink Sears says, good afternoon from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Oh, wouldn't we all want to be there right now? How about that? How's everybody doing? I'm in a good mood. We just had a hearing with the judge on a hearing trial. We got a deportation case going to trial on Wednesday. And I'm feeling better about that case after having spoken to the judge. I will keep you all posted. Tyrone is saying best wishes, blessedness to everybody. Gustavo says hello. Prince is here. Emmanuel is here. Searing saying hello from New York, New Jersey. Christine is here. Hina is here checking in. Hiram says hello from Baltimore. I'll be in Baltimore on November 1st, I think, for a green card. Thank God it's Friday, my friend Nurse Laura says. Glenn is here. Nurse Laura's probably working this weekend anyway, so I don't even know if it's her weekend. Michael says, good greetings from Wilmington. Kofi's in Atlanta. Rich is giving big up to all the Yardies. We got London here. Patricia's here. Gabriella. Art. How you doing, Art? Art's brother-in-law just got a green card. Syra is here. Hope is here. Joanna is here. Elizabeth is here. Tom voted today. First general election since naturalization. Congratulations. Good job, Tom. Good job voting blue. We like that. David says, Jim is no longer catching me out by starting early. Did I start early today? Maybe a little. I like to start early. I like to be done early. I'm a quick start. Bernard is here saying big up to all the Yardies. Julie's back. Oh, Laura's off. She worked last weekend. We got Queens, Jamaica in the house, Destin, Florida, Teresa's in Albany, and Kawika's here wishing everyone a happy Friday. Let's go ahead and get started and talk to Natia. Hi, Natia.
Oh, hi. Oh, I need to find my screen. Do you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. How you doing?
Good, thank you. Okay. How you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Doing great job.
Awesome, thanks. What's up?
Okay, I have a question to you. I had a friend who had a tourist visa from country Georgia. He entered United States about 8 years ago. And he stayed over his visa. He did not do anything. And he returned back about 8 months ago. And now he's getting married in Georgia to a green card holder. And that green card holder woman wants to file family petition for him to get the immigrant visa and to come to United States. My question asked me, will he have the special ban because he overstayed his visa? Will he be able to get, is he eligible to receive, if everything will go well and they confirm that they are really married, will he have any trouble to get his immigrant visa, or how does it work?
He has a 10-year bar. He can't come back for 10 years. So here's how it'll happen. He can get married. His wife can file an I-130 petition for him. Those cases right now are taking 3 years anyway to get an interview, 3 or 4 years anyway to get an interview. So somewhere in there, she'll probably become a citizen. But they'll approve the I-130. Eventually, it'll get sent to the embassy in Georgia. And when it gets sent to the embassy in Georgia, he'll show up and they'll say, thank you for coming in, George, but you overstayed your visa for 10 years. So you have a 10-year bar on coming back. And they'll deny his visa. And they'll invite him to file for a waiver. So then his wife will file a waiver and say it's an extreme hardship if you don't let him come for another 6 years or 5 years. And so she's going to have to prove that she has some kind of a medical condition, psychological condition financial condition that she can't live without him in the United States. It's a pretty high burden. So most likely he's probably not coming back for 10 years. Most likely.
So you mean like 601 waiver, and if it will be approved, it takes another 2 or 3 years. Only in that case, if USCIS will approve his 601 waiver, then he'll be eligible to get the immigrant visa based on his marriage, right? Otherwise, he has 10-year bar.
You got it. You got it exactly right.
Thank you so much.
Bye, Natya. Thanks
Bye.
for coming. Good question. See ya. All right, Islander One Jim, what's up?
Hi, Jim. Morning. Can I go off camera, please?
Yeah, but I want to see those shades real quick. Yeah, those glasses are tight. Okay, yeah, I'll take you off camera. There we
No
go.
problem. Thank you. First and foremost, I enjoy your show. Enjoy what you're doing for the community. Quick question. As a green card holder, I applied for an adjustment of status for my daughter last year, July. She received her work authorization and authorization to travel in December of last year. I became a citizen in January. I then submitted my certificate of naturalization on the USCIS website. And I'm wondering, she still has not heard anything else since then. I'm wondering if I should have done it differently or that's the right way to do it.
I think you did it the right way. How old is she?
She's now 20.
She's 20. Okay. And so when was the I-130 receipted?
It was receipted in August of last year.
And when was the 45 receipted?
I think she got that sometime in December last year.
Her visa number became current and she filed the 45.
Yes.
And then
I did everything at the same time.
You filed the I-130 and the 45 together?
Yes, I did everything at the same time.
Okay. Has the I-130 been approved?
Yes, it has. I remember getting a letter saying that it had. Yes.
Okay. And then when did you become a citizen?
In January.
And then you notified them right after that you were a citizen and nothing's happened since?
Right.
Have you called and bothered them and told them that you're now a U.S. citizen and what the heck's going on?
Not yet. That's why I said, let me call you to find out whether or not it's just normal wait time or I should be calling them now.
No, you should start calling him. She's an immediate relative. You know, she's not going to age out, but you don't want even them to think that she aged out. So pushing them now would be a good idea.
Okay. Thank you. Well, I'll start calling them. And that should be USCIS.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I appreciate it, man.
Congrats on becoming a citizen. See ya.
Thank you. Take care.
Shabesh is here. Hi, Shabesh.
Hey, Jim.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. About yourself?
Great. What's up?
Nothing much. Just like following up with you. So I had one question yesterday about somebody who had a proxy marriage.
Okay.
And when the case was denied, they had some pictures after the case was denied, and they sent a proof of pictures. And they haven't had anything.
Okay. Again, as I said, they still haven't met face to face, right?
They did meet face to face after the case was denied.
So they should start over. They could waste a year and a half trying to get them to pay attention to the fact that they're married. They should file. They can leave the appeal going, but they should file a new case.
Oh, okay.
Is that it?
Yes.
All right. Bye, Shabesh. See ya. All right. Mira's here. Hi, Mira.
Hi. I just wanted to ask about my husband's case. So his I-140 has been approved, and we're waiting for the I-485 and the travel document. And his dad is very sick, so he's a stroke patient, and his situation's kind of deteriorating. So we were trying to get a advanced travel parole, and we called them up. but they declined because my husband told them that they have a full-time nurse, which they do. But his situation's getting really bad. His dementia is getting worse. So, and he's an only child, and his mother's also very sick. And she's not like physically sick; she's just mentally sick a little bit. Like she's been diagnosed with depression, and it's just becoming a lot of emotional burden for her. But the first time we tried to like talk to the agent, and we were like to UCIS, we called them and we said they declined, saying that you have a full-time nurse. But my husband like really wants to go back home to kind of help them a little bit. So we just wanted to know if there's like a way to reach out to them again, or.
When did your husband come to the United States?
So he came 2017, sorry.
When did you get married?
We got married a year ago.
So he was out of status, or was he a student visa, or what?
Oh, so he's never been out of status. He came on a F1, and then I also came to study here, so I also had an F1. But then I got the H1B, and then he didn't get the H1B, but his company filed for his EB2. So we're basically on his EB2 process. So I have an H1B, I can travel on the H1B. He also has an H1B now. So when but his lawyers have told him that he cannot travel because when they filed for his EB2, he was on F1. When they filed the I-140 and I-485, when they filed those documents, he was on F1. But then his H1B came too. So now he's on H1B.
What's the question? Do I know any secret ways to get them to expedite? No, they're terrible. Of course they should expedite this case for your husband, but they won't.
Got it. So that you don't think there's a way to? Do we just wait?
I mean, you could. This is one of the rare times where I think contacting members of Congress might help, but USCIS sucks. They deny most expedite requests.
Got it. Yeah, that was the other thing that we were looking at too. Like because we live in New York City, we were thinking about contacting the congressman there because we saw that there's a way to actually get an in-person meeting.
Yeah.
So we were thinking about. Okay. And then, do you think we should say something in particular that could help us, or just
have the medical records from the dad and show what's going on?
Yeah, we had those. Okay, so we will do that. Thank you.
Good luck, Mira.
Thank you.
All right. Let's go to Omar. Hi, Omar.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. I was just listening, and I think I pretty much am getting an idea of how things work. This is my first dealing with all of this. I have I'm working on a fiance visa, and my fiance, the K1, we've been waiting. We got approved by the NVC, and we're just waiting on a interview date. It's been 16 months. And, according to the website, it says 10 to 16. So we kind of started getting nervous where there's no communication, nothing to say, whether, according to us, we were told our paperwork was great, was fine. And and it was approved, obviously, by the NVC to go there. But then, I had my ex-brother-in-law who had been through this before said that we were missing a CIB receipt, from which I was under the understanding that we were going to first receive an email from the consular for the interview with the information how to go and pay for that. Because I mean, who do we pay? And the CIB, like what account does it go through, that kind of thing. But when you mentioned that, now we're all nervous and we're feeling that maybe this is why we've not been contacted.
What embassy?
Egyptian. U.S. Embassy in Egypt.
So you were documentarily qualified 16 months ago.
We started the process 16 months ago. We were approved in April 9th.
Of 24.
Of 24.
Yeah, so I think you probably have about 4 or 5 more months. Cairo's really slow.
Oh, wow. Okay, so this is just normal.
People in the comments will know better than me because I don't pay attention to each embassy, but anyone who's dealt with the Cairo embassy, U.S. Embassy in Cairo, knows that it's about a year or more.
Yeah, after approval.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And this CIB receipt, the information to pay that comes from the consular, or?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. Thank
Good
you.
luck, Omar. See you, buddy.
I appreciate
Yep. Shub is here. Hi, Shub.
Hey, Jim, can you hear me?
Yeah, how you doing?
Hey, good. So good news. I got my green card approved earlier this week, so that's awesome.
Congratulations. How long did it
Thank
take?
you. So I applied February 2nd, so I got approved for it October 11th. So about 8 months.
A marriage case?
Yeah, that was marriage based. Yes, sir.
Nice. No
Yeah,
interview?
I got the EAD about 3 months after applying. So just wanted to put that out there for
I
anybody who's
appreciate that. Yep.
patiently waiting, and it didn't require an interview either.
Great.
So all good stuff. So yeah, just looking ahead, I have a sister who is trying to get into the not trying to get into the U.S., but like trying to figure out her immigration stuff. She couldn't get an H-1B and all of that, so she's working through that. Can I apply for her green card once I become a U.S. citizen, and what would the process look like? I know I had to fill out a I-130. What is the next steps after that? Would she have to come here on a visitor visa and then do an adjustment of status? Just kind of want to get an idea.
So, what country is your sister from?
She's from India.
So, there's this thing called the Visa Bulletin, and were you married to a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
So you didn't have to worry about this, but I'm going to pull it up for you. So you would file once you become a citizen, you would file the I-130 for her. So that's 3 years from now, right?
Mhm.
So then when you file the I-130, she'll get a receipt date, and that receipt date will be her place in line. It's called her priority date. And so
Okay.
right now, for people from India, they're working on cases of brothers and sisters of U.S. citizens that were filed in March of 2006.
Wow.
So it's an 18-year wait. She couldn't come and hang out the whole time that's pending. She has to wait for the date to become current.
Right.
And once you file the I-130 for her, it'll be very difficult for her to get a visit visa to the United States because she's demonstrated immigrant intent and said she wants to live here. And once you demonstrate immigrant intent, you can't undo it. You can't, you've said you want to live in the United States, and that's inconsistent with the visit visa. So it's unlikely that she'd get a visit visa after you filed the I-130 for her.
Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure she'll like want to visit and all of that too.
Maybe do the visit visa first, and then once she has one for 5 or
10
10
years.
years, then apply.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. So I guess I would file a I-130, and then after 20 odd years, it would get approved. And then what visa would she take to come to the U.S. for the adjustment of status?
She would get an immigrant visa. She would get an immigrant visa to come. I mean, if things stayed the same, who the hell knows? But she would pay the fees, and then the way it happens now, if you had filed for her 16 years ago and she was coming, then she'd pay a fee, and the green card would just come after she arrives here, like a month or two.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, that's all I had, Jim. Thanks a ton for your time.
I shall see you, buddy. Yep, for sure. All right, let's go to Deepak. Hi, Deepak. You're on mute.
Hey, Jim, how are you?
Great. How are you doing?
All right. I have a question. I recently filed, not recently, around 4 months back, I filed my I-485. It's a employment-based adjustment from the EB1A category, and it's currently pending with NBC. So I checked with a couple of times with the EMA chat, and they are saying it's still with NBC. And while I saw some of the cases are moved to the field office. My question is, can it still be adjudicated from NBC, or does it have to move to field office for final adjudication?
Either one has the authority to approve it. I would spend no time worrying about this. You're just waiting for it to get approved.
Okay. All right. I did not apply for the EAD because I thought usually the employment based, especially in the EB1A category, they usually adjudicate pretty fast, but then I'm kind of stuck at NBC.
Always file for the work card.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Bye, Deepak. Good luck, buddy. I hope it goes fast.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Hafa is here. Hi, Hafa. You're on mute.
Hi, thank you.
Sure. How you doing?
Great. How about you? Thanks
good,
so much.
Yeah, for
Good.
sure.
quick question. I'm about to have an interview at the consulate in Rio, and I've been waiting because of the visibility for more than 2 years. Actually, this is going to be my second interview. So the first time we had the interview, my son was about to turn 21 years old, and he was getting ready to get into medical school. Actually, after this year, actually, he got into this medical school. It's a public school, federal school, and one of the best in the country here. So, and my visa is an EB3 unskilled. Anyway, so I'm about to get another interview now because of the delay and stuff.
Because of
And
what?
I'm afraid, sorry,
Why are you having a second interview?
because the first time when I scheduled, it was current, but when I took the interview, it was not current anymore. So I had to wait in line, this whole time.
Okay.
And so I'm afraid during the interview about his intentions. My son has the intention to live with us in the future, but right now he's in a public school, which he doesn't pay to study to be a doctor, So it's much wiser, if it's a good way to say, to finish his graduation here first, and then move to the U.S. and continue his studies, to maybe work in the future as a doctor in the U.S. So, but I'm afraid during the interview, saying that, listen, he's gonna move with us, and then we might ask for to leave the country, so he can leave the country to study in Brazil, so he can finish his studies and then go back to the US to live with us. Is that okay if we plan to do it that way, or or it's not appropriate because,
How old is he?
now he's 23.
So how would he come to the United States?
Now, you mean?
No.
Why he's
You think you have a long-term plan somewhere in the future for him to come and stay in the United States?
That's correct.
I want to know what that plan is.
No plan yet. No, we are in doubt how to do it. And at the beginning, because he was not into school, the plan was to get him to move with us. That was like over 2 years ago, right? When
Yeah,
it happened.
2 years ago he was 21. He couldn't come with you.
He was 20 actually, because our interview was on July 5th. He turned 21 July 12th, just a week before.
Okay.
So the consulate sent me an email because I was concerned about him not being one of my dependents. So the consulate said, don't worry, he's protected through the CPS, something,
CSPA, yep.
That's right. And then, so the first email that we got from the consulate, even though they could not issue our visa, and we kind of like, let's say, passed during the interview, and then later we got an email saying that they could not issue the visa because of the visibility. And I asked them, so, but how about my son? He's about to turn 21. He said, don't worry, he's protected, And then all this year passed by, and I've been waiting for the other interview. So we didn't have like a plan. So let's say our plan for now is to everybody go for the interview. We have the interview. If they ask us, okay, how about your son? He's studying now. Is he gonna leave his studies here and then move to the US, or he plans to continue studying in Brazil and then move to the US? And how are we gonna handle that? So that's my question. What is the best way for me to handle it so he doesn't lose the dependency, on my case actually?
Which is more important to him? Which is more important to him, coming to the United States and having a green card, or going to the school?
Coming to the US is kind of difficult. I need to ask him a question first, but I think going to the US is the first one.
Then he should try and show up and hope that he didn't age out, and hope that they consider him protected under the CSPA. I don't know if he is or not, but I wouldn't mention anything about any plans to, like, I can't tell you how many people call me up and say, oh, Jim, my mom and dad went to America and I really, really, really wish that I'd gone with them. Now I've got a 10-year wait to come to the United States.
That's right.
So from a purely immigration standpoint, I don't care how great his school is in Brazil. If he wants to be in America, he should try to be in America.
Okay.
And focus on that.
Okay.
Everything else is secondary. You have to make tough decisions, and you have to prioritize. What is the if what is the most important thing is finishing up school in this great school.
Mm-hmm.
You know, from an immigration standpoint, that doesn't make a lot of sense. But I know life is different, and 21-year-old, 23-year-olds are different.
Exactly. I read something about the ask for it's a parole. I don't know if it's the correct name. Ask for an advanced parole, right? For him, he comes to the U.S. Like, let's say he takes some month off, like leave his studies here in Brazil, go to the U.S. Ask for a parole.
It's not
and
parole;
then
it's a reentry permit.
Reentry
Then he
permit.
can be
That's
gone for
right.
2 years. It's the same form, but it's a reentry permit, and he can be gone for 2 years. But David says, and I agree. First things first. First things first is try to get everybody their green card. Then deal with this stuff later.
Okay, so
I wouldn't
right.
give any indication that anybody's thinking of doing anything other than coming to live in the United States.
I see. All right, great. Thank you.
Good luck. Let us know how it goes.
Thank you. I'm moving to your area, by the way. I might see
nice.
you in person in the future.
Come say hi. Thank you, Hafa.
Thank you so much, Jim.
Hi, buddy. Yeah, for sure. I don't think we've ever had someone named Hafa on the show before. We had lots of Brazilians, though. I think people from Brazil, I don't know what's going on, but it seems like they always have an easier time coming to the United States, more than the other countries in South America. I think the embassy there is sort of fair. I see a lot more visit visas from Brazil. So hopefully Hafa gets his green card and everybody can come. I hope, fingers crossed. All right. Yep. James, God bless you, the prophet. I'm not the prophet. I'm just Jim. You're on mute. Or actually, you're not, but I can't hear you. Uh-oh. We'll have to come back. Sharif is here. Hi, Sharif.
Hello.
Hi, Sharif.
So a quick question. Yes, so I want to ask about the EB1, if master students can apply for it.
Very unlikely they're going to get it. Why? What? It's almost impossible. Anyone can apply for whatever they want, but they're really just wasting their money. No one's going to give an EB1 to a master's grad.
Okay, because I just got someone that just got approved. That's why I said let me come in and ask the question quickly.
I seriously doubt that.
Okay, all right.
Thanks, Sharif. Bye, buddy.
Thank you so much.
I didn't know this, but Nurse Laura has a little crush on Anderson Cooper. When Amani and I went to Atlanta to see some friends, we went to CNN, and we were, there's like a mall there attached to CNN, or I don't know what it was, but it was this big inside courtyard. And here comes Anderson Cooper, and he's got his coat and tie on, and he's got jeans on, which is where I got my idea to always like wear shorts and a coat and tie on the show. So how about that? That's funny. I like Anderson Cooper too. He's an interesting guy. Look who's here. Temmy's here. Hi, Temmy. It's a good Friday when Temmy's here.
Yeah. How you doing, boss?
Good, buddy. How you doing?
Happy to see you.
For sure. How you been?
Fine. Please, I have it's a one question, but I think I'm going to break it into two. So the question is that if somebody do expedite, is it expedite or expedite on case VAWA? Yeah. Is it something that they're going to write a letter, the lawyer going to write a letter, and the applicant need to sign, or is it back something?
I don't think anyone's going to expedite any VAWA cases. I just think that's almost never going to happen.
Wow.
Everybody going through VAWA wants their case to be expedited. I don't think anyone's going to be able to make a strong enough case to convince USCIS to expedite. I just don't think they'll do it.
Oh, okay. Because the lawyer of my friend was saying that he's trying to get the Senate to help out, but he said there's no any document to sign. I'm like, if you want to send anything to the immigration, I think you need my friend need to sign. He said no. He said back whatever they do it.
Either way, I don't think it's going to work.
Okay, I believe your judgment.
See you, buddy.
Thank you, boss.
Bye. All right, now I got Dammy over here talking about Tony Goldwyn. So Tony Goldwyn was the bad guy in Ghost, and Tony Goldwyn was the president on Scandal. Yep, there, Dammy's got it. He's the president on Scandal. He's a handsome fellow. I think he's Goldwyn, as in Metro Goldwyn Mayer, as in part of the Goldwyn film family. And when he was in Ghost, I hated him, but on Scandal, he was great. I really like that show, Scandal, for like, I don't know. I think Shonda Rhimes makes great shows, and I liked Scandal for about 3 years, maybe 3.5 years. And he and Kerry Washington together are awesome. They were also awesome when they were at the Democratic National Convention with Kamala. That was pretty neat. And oh, David says it started snowing. Yeah, he's always good. Kerry Washington's always really good. She's the best. All right, James. Hello, are you there?
Hi, Jim.
How you doing?
Good afternoon. Greetings from Amsterdam.
Nice.
Yeah. Please, I have 2 questions for you. The USCI has received my DNA results, and I want to ask you. So the USCI would they send it to the NVC before they approve my visa?
They should eventually, yeah.
Okay. Oh, so from now, how long will it take before maybe my visa will be approved?
Who's sponsoring you?
My son is in the U.S. Army.
So when did he file the I-130?
He filed on the 6th of June, 6th June 2023.
And when did USCIS approve it?
We did the DNA test 17th of last month, and they received the results of the DNA 1st of October.
Oh, so USCIS still hasn't approved it?
No, yes, not yet. Yeah.
So you still got plenty of time before you get to the National Visa Center. If they're looking at DNA, that can take 6 to 8 months.
Okay, but they have notified my son that they've received our DNA results.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, they can look at it and decide. That can take 6 to 8 months just from when they get the results.
Oh, okay.
So you got some time to go.
I can hear you.
You have time to wait. It's going to be a while.
Oh, okay.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, DNA can really slow down the case. Definitely can slow down the case. We've had some DNA cases, some real interesting DNA cases. The other thing that Kerry Washington's really good in, I don't know if you guys saw, was Little Fires Everywhere. It was a different role for her, and she was really good, really, really good. Little Fires Everywhere. I think I read the novel after. Highly recommend if you like Kerry Washington, and Reese Witherspoon was just great. All right, VJ's here. Hello, VJ.
Hello, Jim. Nice to be here. My question, let's say if there is a change in presidency, how long it will take to change some of the green card processing procedures? For example, making interviews mandatory for every single case.
So I don't know if you've looked at Project 2025, but that's definitely in there. And that's also something that they pretty much instituted quickly. I'll just say this. Well, number one, I think that if Trump gets elected, that like things are going to go people are going to go crazy from then until he gets inaugurated, right? But then last time, as incompetent as most of the Trump administration was, the immigration people that he had working were actually pretty effective at getting their changes through pretty quickly. Some got held up, like trying to kill DACA and other things like that. I think they're loaded for bear this time, and they're ready to go as fast as they can. There's no one can know. They still have to do notice and comment for big things, which means they have to publish the proposed rule and get it through. But I think they're ready. And I think, again, their plan is what they did last time, which is to just hit us with everything they got and never let up. So I would say probably 6 months.
Got it. Thank you.
But it'll be a full 4 years of just pounding us on stuff to make life harder for immigrants.
Yeah.
See you, buddy.
Thank you.
Thanks for the call. All right. Let's go to Sahid. Hi, Sahid.
Hi, can you hear me, Jim?
Yeah, buddy. How you doing?
Fine, thank you. Good afternoon. First time caller. but I'm a lifelong fan of your show.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah. So I got one question. It's not me. It's not my case. It's a family case, family friend rather. So I don't know the timelines, but I just wanted to get your insight. So he came, I think, about 2012, and he came on a B1, B2 visa, and then he's from Nigeria, just for context, and he
Okay.
was unable to. So someone told him that he could get married, get papers, which he did. So he did that back in say 2013 or some sort.
Yeah.
But before he did that, he then had to issue divorce papers to the wife here in Nigeria, and then he then married the U.S. Citizen.
We've seen this show. We've seen this on the show many times.
Yeah. So and that's why I'm calling, because I've seen so many patterns. I just want to get your insight. So he got his green card, got his citizenship, and then he filed for his kids. So his kids are here as well. And then eventually, his wife in Nigeria came into the US on a B1, B2 visa, and then converted to an F1 visa, went to school, and now he got married back to her, and filed for the green card. So he's a citizen, filed for her, and it's been held up for, I would say, about 3 years right now. I had given an insight for him to reach out to a rep member, which he did, and that person came back and said, it's off his hands. They're doing some background processing. So I had mentioned he should reach out to you. I don't think he did, so I decided to just come on the show and ask myself. I had told him that he could sue as one, but I wanted to just get your insight of what exactly you think is going on.
Sahid, my brother, why are you worried for your friend? Because I think you know the answer. I think you know why we're all worried. Go ahead.
Well, I know they're going back. They've gone all the way back to try to process how he got his citizenship, and then how he got his green card. And since he is now married to the same person he got divorced from, they think that there's something fishy going on. So
yeah, and I don't necessarily want you to out your friend, but your phraseology about what happened in 2013 was interesting. To get married, to get papers, so that always worries me, right?
Right.
And so what they think is that he was always married to the lady in Nigeria all along, that this was always the long-term plan. I have seen this case. I've actually seen this case, not talked about on the show, but actually seen the denial notices. They're coming after his green card. He was the stupidest person. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. They're coming after his green card. They're going to say this whole thing was fake. They're going to come to his American wife and try to scare the shit out of her and get her to say that he paid her for the green card. And then they're going to denaturalize him. And then
and that would also affect the kids, I'm supposing.
Yeah. Yep. I've seen that too, where it affects the kids.
Oh, wow.
Everything's going to unravel, and they should not sue. This is not one to sue for.
So she should just keep renewing the work authorization that she has. She has a work authorization card.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, the second question was, thank you very much for all the show. I put in for my N400, so
nice.
I have the interview soon. So I'll come back when that happens.
Yeah, and I'm glad Rich said something smart, which I should have said, is they should give serious thought to withdrawing that spouse case, because that might be the one thing that keeps them from having ICE come look for them. In other words, if they back away from it, it might be better, but she's not getting a green card based on that marriage. There's no way. Thank you, Rich.
Right. Okay.
Thanks.
Right. Well, now I can let him know. Thank you. Bye.
All right,
Thank you.
You haven't watched the recording.
Okay.
All right. Listen, I've never had to do this before. I'm going to call Huli up. Huli, I got to hit the restroom real quick. I've been drinking too much water and Diet Pepsi. You got to entertain the troops. I'll be right back.
Okay, well, I'm going to do that. Hi, everyone. So today, Friday, first of all, let's see on the comments. You guys can comment on the private chat, okay, and on the YouTube or Facebook. So I want to know what you guys are planning to do over the weekend, and I want everyone to please let me know what is the name that Mr. Jim Hacking loves for us to call him. So let's see, how much do you know Mr. Jim Hacking? Let's see. I want to see on those comments. Okay. Sorry, Jimmy. If you want to participate on the show and ask any question related to any immigration case, feel free to join in on the link that we post. It's a StreamYard link to participate on it and talk to Mr. Jim Hacking. So, do we have? Yes. Fine. Okay, that got activated. Tyrone, you got it. It's Tio Jim. So that's one of the first ones. And now I have another question for you guys before he comes, because for sure he's popping up any minute now. What is the best thing that Mr. Jim Hacking loves to do? So all of you that has participated with us on this 692 shows must know what he likes to do most on immigration. Okay, we have one answer here already. And David, why? No, someone asked, Eve asked, why Tio? We can ask him now. They want to know why you like to be called Tio.
I don't know.
And yes,
I just want to go to a quinceanera and I want to be called Tio. That's it. That's just how it is.
but you know that Tio is the one that puts the money for almost everything.
Oh, I didn't know that. No, that's good. I don't mind that.
And yes, everyone, Jim loves to sue the UCIS and the government, so to move everyone's case forward. So it was nice entertaining you guys.
Thanks, Julie. Appreciate it. How about that? Our first bathroom break. It took 692 episodes. Maybe I'm getting old. Ziza, are you driving or are you parked? He's driving. Pull on over. I'll call you next. I'm going to call Carlene real quick.
No camera.
Hi, Carlene. How you doing?
Hi. Good. I have a question. Okay, my husband case been documentarily qualified since September 15, 2023. So he's still waiting for that interview. What can we do next?
Where?
In Haiti.
The only thing I could suggest is trying to move it to a different embassy.
We cannot, because unfortunately he cannot live even Dominican Republic. He cannot go there.
Then I think you're just waiting.
Do you have an idea so how long he will have to wait?
You'd have to ask other people who keep track of the waiting times in Haiti. I don't pay attention to each country's waiting times, so I'm just not sure.
I know the consulate was closed. I don't know if they are open now.
I think they're closed, which is why I was trying to see if you could get it somewhere else. He can't go anywhere else?
No, because he has to have a visa.
No, so people from Haiti can't get any visas? I guess they think they're going to come and apply for asylum.
Yeah, because of the things going on in Haiti now. So most of the embassy are closed there.
All right. Sorry, Carlene.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. Bye. All right, Ziza pulled over. Hi, Ziza.
Hi, Jim. How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
All right. So, quick question. I saw you did some videos about card is being produced for EAD, but what about card was produced and tracking number is unavailable?
That's time to call USCIS and bother the shit out of them and say, what's going on with my car?
Oh, okay.
I'm not a big fan of calling USCIS, but that's one of the times where you do.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right.
All right.
That was that. Thank you.
How long ago was that?
Just like 1 day ago.
Okay. Yeah, just give it a day or two, and then I'd start calling him. I'd call him on Monday.
Okay. All right.
Bye, Ziza.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Marion's here. Hi, Marion. You're on mute, my friend.
Can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hey, how are you? I just have a few questions. So my husband, he moved to the United States on 2017. He applied for his green card on 2018. He got married with another woman. Unfortunately, after a few years of marriage, he stole him and he just left. She just left. So a few months after that incident, he got the interview from USCIS for the petition that she was applying, and he went by himself. He went with his lawyer, and
Yeah.
the officer advised him to apply for it is a violence domestic, something like that. Is the
VAWA.
VAWA process? Yeah, that one. He applied for the process on 2019, right? It's been like almost like 3-4 years. He never heard anything back from USCIS. It was a mess. He was like, like the permit work expired, and then he couldn't leave the country. It was a mess. We met each other on 2020, right? We were dating for a few months, and then we got married on 2022. I am active duty military member. So in the army, I applied for him as a military member on 2022. It was February 2022.
And you're a U.S. citizen? You're a U.S. citizen?
Yes, I am. I applied for him, and I haven't heard anything back. I called them. I request them. I got an info pass because I was getting deployed to Alaska. It was not deployed. It was a PCS to Alaska, and I was in Colorado. I request them to expedite the process because we had to drive all the way from Colorado to get to Alaska, and he has to drive his car, right? We have an incident on 2018. He had a DUI, and then 2019 he got a second one. When we were trying to move forward, and we are almost done with the process, with the probation, with the he was in probation, he was under testings and all those things. The last day that he had to report to his officer, he was driving a car without interlock, my car, because I couldn't drop him. And then the police caught him, and he was in another incident because was driving a car without interlock, right? It was on 2023, sorry, last year. A year ago, actually. This month is a year ago.
Okay.
He finished the process. Everything was good. But now I have been calling USCIS asking, like, what's going on? Why my petition is taking so long? It's been almost 17 months, and I haven't heard anything, even for the 131 or the adjustment the status or anything. I don't know what's going on with the process. I request a pass. They told me on December last year that the process needs an interview, and it will take 6 months. We are on October, and they haven't expedited anything. They haven't given me any appointments, nothing. I have nothing so far. So I wonder, what is the next step that I should do to try to expedite the process? Do I have to request a new petition? Do I have to apply for a new adjustment? Or what is the best advice from you in this situation?
Has anybody done a Freedom of Information Act request to get a complete copy of your husband's long, complicated, messy immigration history?
No.
So for all we know, the I-130 that his wife filed is still open. The I-360 is still open, and your I-130 is still open. You and he have confused them because he's been asking for a change in his immigration status.
Yes.
Over 11 years with 2 different people and 3 different processes.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that when you do that, the system sort of locks up.
Yeah, that's why I request an info pass, and I got it. I went to the immigration office at Denver, Colorado, and
Right.
they took a look about the whole process, and they told me it will take like 6 months to get the interview. It was in December.
Sweetheart, they make shit up. They don't know anything. They're not lawyers. They don't know anything. They're trying to be nice. They're just trying to, but more importantly, they're just trying to get you out of their face. So they'll say something like, hey, just wait 6 months. Things should work out. But they're
Yeah.
just pulling that out of their ass. There's nothing in the notes that say Marian's husband's case is going to be decided in 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
So my other question is, has anybody researched whether someone with 2 DUIs and an interlock violation can get a green card?
So we ask, and with the legal support that we have in the army, we ask about the situation. They say that yes, it is allowed. It is
Well,
not.
I'll say this: it might be allowed, but it ain't easy. So the fact that you're in the military might actually help him with that. But here's the thing: this brother has been out of status in the United States for a really long time. So
Yes.
marrying you cleans up a lot of stuff, which means, you know, when someone is out of status and applies for an immigration benefit based on marriage, to then that would then clean up a lot of their problems, then they look at it with more suspicion and knives out. Like they don't want to give him a green card. He's got 2 DUIs. He's not following the law. He's been here for 11 years. He's tried marriage with 2 different people and filed what may or may not be a valid VAWA case. So
Yeah.
I get the sense, and I thank you for your service, that you've done everything that you can. You're banging your head on the wall and you can't get any answers, but it's ultimately because he's a mess. His case is a mess. His history is a mess. They're not going to like his history. So you need a lawyer to get all of his records, to clean this all up and figure out whether or not he's adjustable, whether he deserves it, whether he's turned his life around, whether he's going to AA and not drinking anymore. DUIs piss people off, especially in effing Denver. Denver is a hardcore office where they're not going to like anything that he's done. They're not going to like his prior case. His prior marriage case. There might be a letter in there from his ex-wife saying he's a shitbird. They might think that his VAWA case was just a BS thing where a man is trying to stay in the United States and somebody told him to file a VAWA case. And now he's found this really nice woman who's in the military who's trying to help him out, and he's trying to take advantage of her. So this is not an easy case. This is knives out. How do we screw this guy? So you can spend the next 2 or 3 years banging your head on the wall. I don't think you're going to make much progress because, like I said, everything's locked up. And then on top of that, 2 DUIs and the interlock violation.
We also request to change the location because we are in Alaska. I request to change to Anchorage office, and I haven't heard anything either from.
Well, I haven't had a lot of experience with Anchorage. We've had 3 cases in Anchorage. 2 of them got denied. Total hardcore. Now, usually those are like Russian women that they're mean to, but they're not going to go easy on. No one's going to go easy on your husband. You've got to demonstrate very much rehabilitation, that he's following the rules. They're not going to like him at all.
Yeah, we have been trying a lot. So technically, he enrolled in the college right now. I told him, like, just don't forget about job. Just forget about everything. Just try to get progress in here. He's trying to get the license in the United States. He's architect in Colombia. So we are working on that. We are working in showing, like, hey, how are we getting off of those issues that he had in the past? It was a mess. It was a mistake. Now we are doing better.
How long ago was the interlocking problem?
The interlock, it was a year ago. He just done with the process. He paid the bill. He is free for that case. We have a good referral from the officer. We have a copy of those. Like, he's doing it. He didn't have any problems with the probation time, that he was doing everything that the officer told him to do. We have a good standing of that.
Okay. Well, I hope it works out.
Okay. So what your advice for now is just to get in contact with a lawyer. Do you have any options available by chance? Any appointments available that we can take?
Yeah, you can email us info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. Info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com and say, I'm Marion. I was just on the show, and we'll send you over to the intake team and we can talk about it. But you got to understand, this is a really tough case. The only thing that might save him is the fact that you're in the military. That's the only thing, I think.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Thanks, Marion. Thanks for the call. Bye. Yeah, that's a tough case. Nav is here. Hi, Nav. Are you there, Nav? Hello? I think he's frozen.
Hello, sir.
Can you hear me?
I forgot my questions. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, I want. Good morning, sir. Sir, I want to come United States for a work visa, and I don't know how the process working.
So, what country are you from?
And this is, sir, I'm from India,
From India?
and this has become my, yes, sir, and this has become my necessity to come United States for work, for better opportunities.
Right. Do you have an employer who wants to sponsor you?
Sir, I'm trying to get a verified employer, very necessary.
Oh, I lost him. Sorry about that, Nav. Maybe try to call back with better reception, but also just check out the channel. Check out the channel. There's tons of videos on the 4 ways you can come to the United States. If you check that out, you should see it. Brian is here. Hello, Brian.
Hello, Jim.
How you doing?
I'm good. Back history, I came to United States in 2010 as F1. I graduated in 2015, got EAD, work. Then it expired. Then I overstayed. I got married in 2020, and I filed in March this year, and I have a interview scheduled. So I just wanted to know, what do I expect, because I overstayed. I worked without authorization.
Yep.
You know.
Were you honest about all that? Were you honest about working without permission?
Yeah, I did that.
Okay. And what field office are you going to have your interview at?
I think in Boston.
Okay. And if I were to ask you, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much marriage evidence do you have?
I would say around 8.
Do you guys have a joint
8
bank?
onwards.
Do you have a joint
Yeah.
bank account?
Yeah.
Do you both put money
Joint
in the
bank. Yeah, we used to. Then we have credit card. That's what we've been using mostly. You know.
But do you use the joint account to pay? I mean, you know that they're going to be suspicious of your case because you're out of status, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I know. Yeah.
Did you say you got married in 2020?
Yeah, I got married in 2020, but I filed this year in March.
Why did you wait so long to file?
We were just comfortable with
but you
what
were out
we
of
were
status.
doing.
You were out of status.
Yeah, looking back, it was a stupid decision, but we were fine with it then. But we decided, like, we have to file and start making kids, you know. So
Where do you
that's what we
live?
decided. I live in Massachusetts.
No, but like in a house or an apartment or what?
An apartment.
And are you both on the lease?
Yeah.
And do you have any kids yet? No.
No, no kids.
Have either of you been married before?
No.
Is there an age gap?
About 5-6 years age gap, depending on the month.
Did you pay your spouse to get you a green card?
No.
Good.
We've been knowing each other since 2019, you know.
So, I mean, here's the thing. I was thinking about this the other day. They don't schedule cases for interview unless they think there's a problem. And I think most scheduled interviews are going to be Stokes interviews. So they're probably going to separate you and your spouse, and they're probably going to come after her pretty hard to make sure the marriage is real.
Yeah, that's what we think may happen.
I wouldn't go to that interview without a lawyer, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, we have a lawyer too.
Okay, good. Have they prepared you? Have you been practicing?
We just got a notification the other day, so we haven't even started practicing, but we've just been gathering new evidence.
You don't have the date yet, right?
Yeah. It was just online.
All right, well,
on email.
Yeah. if you want, I mean, you should have the lawyer prepare you guys and get ready. I think you should be fine, but just make sure you have updated marriage evidence. You're both on the lease. It sounds like you've been together for a long time, so I think you're going to be okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to pass this information by you because you are my second lawyer.
I'm not anybody's lawyer on the show, but I appreciate that. Thank you, Brian.
Yeah, I know.
See you, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, that'll do it for today's show. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Thanks for lots of good comments, lots of good questions. It was a good show. I'll be back Monday at noon with episode 693. Monday. Don't know how many shows we're going to have next week. Wednesday, we got a deportation trial, so definitely won't have a show on Wednesday, but we'll be back on Monday at noon. So have a great weekend. Be kind to each other and have a lot of fun. Bye, guys. Big up to all the yardies, of course. I'm great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of invasion. But yeah, right now, I mean,